Well, hello guys. Today we'll do a question about partial derivative. So, as for first, we'll take a easiest question. So, we'll take the example of question gxy is equal to xy. So, this one is the most basic question that we can get. So, in this question, we will have four separate questions, which is three and four, where in the first one we'll try to find gx, gy, gxy, and gyx. So for the first question, so now we have to write g xy to xy, then gx will be equal to delta over delta x in the bracket xy. Now if we derive this x, we'll get 1, so we'll get the answer is equal to 1y, which is equivalent to y. So this one is the answer. For the second question, we have to find the we'll write the question first. Gxy is equal to xy. We have to find the gy, just as simple, same as the first one. Then delta over delta y, and the equation is xy, so we have to differentiate this y, so we'll get 1x, which is equivalent to x. Okay, now we'll move on to the not hardest in this question, is a bit complicated. So as usual, write the question first. gxy equal to xy. So the question is gxy. So gxy is equivalent to delta over delta. If it asks xy, in the writing form of the delta, we have to start with y first. So delta y, then delta f over delta x. So we have to write back delta over delta y, then delta over delta x in the bracket xy. So if we must solve in the bracket first, so in the bracket is the x, so if we differentiate x here, we'll get 1y, which is equivalent to y. So here we'll get delta over delta y in the bracket 1y. So we can make it as y also, it's just the same. So if we derive this, we'll get the answer is equal to 1 times 1, which is equivalent to 1. Yep. Then the final question is gyx. So for gyx, as usual, we have to write the general equation, which is delta over delta x, and in the bracket delta f over delta y. Now we have to substitute the f, which is a function, in the formula. So we'll get delta over delta x, delta over delta y, and the equation is xy. Since in the bracket they asked us to derive the y first, so if we derive this y, we will get 1x. So we write it back. Delta over delta x is 1x. So if we derive the x now, we'll get 1 also. So we'll get 1 times 1, which is equivalent to 1. Yep, that's all. Thank you.